Hey, Cowboys Nation! Big news coming out of Dallas today, something that could change the trajectory of the 2025 season and maybe even the next decade. The Dallas Cowboys have just made a blockbuster move, trading for Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver George Pickens. Could this be the missing piece to a Super Bowl run? Let's break it down. The Dallas Cowboys have made headlines once again. And this time it's not just another off-season rumor or training camp buzz, it's a seismic move that could shift the entire landscape of the NFL heading into the 2025 season. The acquisition of wide receiver George Pickens has sent shockwaves through Cowboys Nation and beyond, raising the tantalizing possibility that America's team might finally have the firepower to punch their ticket back to the Super Bowl for the first time in nearly 3 decades. This move isn't just about adding talent, it's about taking a calculated gamble on a player who, despite his past volatility, might just be the missing piece this team has been searching for. George Pickens is not your typical wide receiver. At 6'3" and 200 pounds, he possesses a rare combination of size, speed, and athleticism. His highlight reel looks like something straight out of a video game: acrobatic sideline catches, deep ball threats, yards after the catch. In 2023, he led the entire NFL with an astonishing 18.1 yards per reception, totaling over 1,100 yards on just 63 catches. These aren't just empty stats either. Pickens made crucial plays in tight games, consistently showing up when it mattered most. Yet, despite his clear talent, his tenure with the Pittsburgh Steelers was marred by inconsistency, behavioral concerns, and clashes with the coaching staff. That's the narrative Dallas is hoping to rewrite. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office have never shied away from making bold moves. Whether it was the high-stakes gamble on Dak Prescott, drafting CeeDee Lamb when many thought they'd go defense, or trading for Amari Cooper a few seasons ago, the Cowboys are known for taking chances when they believe the payoff could be championship gold. The trade for Pickens follows that very playbook. In exchange for a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-rounder, Dallas acquires a potential Pro Bowl receiver and a late-round pick, a relatively low-risk move given the upside Pickens presents. The Cowboys aren't making this move in a vacuum. They're fully aware of the pressure mounting with each passing season. Since their last Super Bowl win in 1995, they've been the poster child for unmet potential. Seasons with double-digit wins have too often ended in early playoff exits, prompting criticism from fans and media alike. Dak Prescott, while statistically impressive, hasn't yet delivered in the biggest moments. The hope is that surrounding him with an arsenal of elite playmakers can finally unlock that postseason breakthrough. With CeeDee Lamb already established as a top 5 wide receiver, adding Pickens into the mix gives Dallas a 1-2 punch that could rival the best duos in the league. The synergy between Prescott and his receivers will be critical. Dak has shown that when he trusts his targets, he can deliver at an MVP caliber level. With Lamb's route running precision and Pickens' ability to take the top off defenses, opposing secondaries will be forced into pick-your-poison scenarios. Defenses won't be able to double-team both receivers consistently, and that should open up opportunities for other weapons like tight end Jake Ferguson and slot receiver Jalen Tolbert. Additionally, if the Cowboys manage to bring back Amari Cooper, still a possibility floating in the rumor mill, it would create a receiving corps so dangerous that it might redefine their offensive identity. Beyond the talent on the field, the Pickens acquisition speaks volumes about where the Cowboys see themselves in the NFC hierarchy. The Philadelphia Eagles remain a formidable opponent, and the San Francisco 49ers continue to be a postseason roadblock. But with a revamped offensive scheme led by Brian Schottenheimer, Dallas is sending a clear message: we're not here to participate, we're here to win. Schottenheimer's offensive philosophy prioritizes balance and timing, often incorporating layered passing routes and heavy play action, both of which suit Pickens' playing style perfectly. Under his guidance, Prescott could reach a new level of efficiency, particularly in the red zone where Dallas has struggled in the past. There's also the matter of locker room chemistry. Pickens has had his issues: late arrivals, attitude concerns, occasional lack of effort, but the Cowboys believe that their veteran leadership and culture can bring the best out of him. This isn't a locker room lacking in accountability. Veterans like Zach Martin, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Micah Parsons set a standard of professionalism, and it's widely believed that a strong locker room environment could help a player like Pickens thrive. Moreover, if there's one thing the Cowboys excel at, it's media pressure. If Pickens can handle the glare of Pittsburgh, he'll find himself equally, if not more, scrutinized in Dallas, but also given every chance to shine. Let's not ignore the larger narrative at play here. The Cowboys are entering a window where everything seems to be aligning: talent, coaching, health, and opportunity. The offensive line, while aging, still features all-pro talent in Zach Martin and Tyler Smith. Tony Pollard may have departed, but the team is exploring several dynamic running back options to keep the ground game effective. On defense, Micah Parsons remains an absolute wrecking ball, and the secondary is led by a healthy Trayvon Diggs and ball-hawking safety Malik Hooker. This is not a rebuilding team, it's a championship-caliber roster looking for the final ingredient. And maybe, just maybe, George Pickens is that ingredient. From a tactical standpoint, Pickens changes how defenses will game plan against Dallas. He forces safeties to play deeper, corners to stay honest, and linebackers to respect the intermediate routes. His presence could also rejuvenate the Cowboys' screen game and open up more creative play calling for Schottenheimer. This flexibility could be the X factor in close games, especially come playoff time when scheming becomes more nuanced and execution is paramount. And then there's the intangible momentum. The kind of buzz that galvanizes a fan base, rejuvenates a locker room, and strikes fear into opponents. The Cowboys have lacked that spark in recent years. They've had talent, but not the sizzle. Pickens, with his fiery personality, explosive playmaking ability, and undeniable swagger, brings that sizzle. He's the kind of player who can take over a game, silence a hostile crowd, or energize a stadium with one play. He's volatile, yes, but also potentially electric. As we look ahead to the 2025 season, the stakes couldn't be higher. The NFC is a gauntlet, and getting to the Super Bowl won't be easy. But with the pieces now in place, the Cowboys have no excuse. This is their moment. The addition of George Pickens isn't just a roster move, it's a declaration. A statement that the Dallas Cowboys aren't waiting for next year. They believe the time is now. And if everything goes according to plan, if the talent gels, the coaching syncs, and the stars align, we might just see the Cowboys riding all the way to Super Bowl 60. The story of the Dallas Cowboys is one of tradition, heartbreak, expectation, and hope. With George Pickens now donning the star, that story has taken a new turn, a bold, dramatic, high-stakes turn that could either end in triumph or turmoil. But no matter the outcome, one thing is clear: the Dallas Cowboys are all in, and they believe they've found their missing piece. Cowboys Nation, buckle up, it's going to be one wild ride.